W.E.B. Du Bois is a piece of work, and you really get a full 360 view of that in these two pieces of historical fiction. I recently finished Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray, and I'm currently reading an arc for A Harlem Wedding by Tiffany L. Lauren, and I am obsessed with the conversation that is happening between these two books. If you haven't read Harlem Rhapsody yet, I highly recommend reading it in tandem with A Harlem Wedding once this book comes out, or if you're someone who doesn't like reading books at the same time, then definitely reading Harlem Rhapsody right before you read A Harlem Wedding. Not only does the timeline overlap at multiple points, but each book provides more context, not just for W.E.B. Du Bois, but for the women who each of these books are about, Jessie Redmond Fawcett and Yolande Du Bois. Harlem Rhapsody follows the life of Jessie Fawcett and the affair she has with W.E.B. Du Bois while they're both working at The Crisis, which is the official publication for the NAACP. But throughout that book, you get like little snippets of the life he has outside of Jessie with his family, and you go into A Harlem Wedding, which is about his daughter, Yolande Du Bois, who ends up becoming like one of the most famous Black debutantes. And in that book, you get a little bit more of an insight of what was happening in his family life while he was having this affair with Jessie. Again, even then, it's kind of peaks because the book itself is more about Yolande and her drama. I promise you, it enhances the reading experience and puts you smack dab in the middle of their mess. It also gives you different perspectives of the same man who did so much for his community, so much for Black people. Still, he was just a man. He was an elitist. I'm talking the talented 10th. He was a horrible husband. I'm talking the multiple affairs. He was bulldozing. I'm talking how controlling he was with his daughter. He was all of that, and yet he was still a man that fought for us, a man that pushed the boundary for what white America wanted us to believe was possible. And I loved getting that full scope of a person because I don't need my activists, I don't need my history makers to be perfect for me to get the message. Anyway, I'm really enjoying the historical fiction journey that I found myself on this year. It definitely was not planned. If you have any more historical fiction recommendations for me that I need to get into, specifically Black, please let me know.